So what we're seeing today is the Horizon Arctic pulling into the St. John's Harbor right off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada, and it is currently carrying the wreckage of the Titan submersible. A very sad and somber moment as they raise with a crane a lot of these broken up pieces. It's hard to tell what everything is even. And for me, the saddest part is seeing that porthole window made of titanium with the porthole in the center there. It's missing the glass. So what does that tell you about the wreckage? Probably a lot, and we're going to find out a lot more as the Coast Guard continues their investigation into the Titan tragedy. Just to give you somewhat of a visualization, debris from the Titan sub were located about 12,500 feet underwater and roughly 1,600 feet from the Titanic's bow on the ocean floor. Wow. That's over 5 football fields from the Titanic wreckage itself. May all of the victims and their families find peace as the U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards continue their investigation. Welcome to DaveyJay Today. I'm your host, DaveyJay.
Davey, 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 Davey.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to DaveyJay Today. I'm your host, DaveyJay, and today I'm going to give you a little update. This is technically update number 4 on the Titan submersible tragedy. Now, the clips I showed at the beginning were just to show you some of the wreckage that they pulled from the North Atlantic Ocean. It's just so sad. And now it's coming out there might even be some human R's in there. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on the YT platform here, but there's some human R's there. No clue what kind of remains yet, but that'll come out later on, and it's just so tragic. This all would never have happened if it wouldn't have been for Stockton Rush's huge Titanic gamble. So we're going to go into that today, talk about some people who kind of dodged a bullet, also look into a little bit of Stockton Rush's hubris as he cut so many corners in not only running the company OceanGate, but also by engineering the Titan submersible.
So to do this, we had to use a different material. Titanium is the common. There's some high-strength carbon steels that are used. I think the Russians use those. But titanium is, let's put it this way, carbon fiber is 3 times better on a strength to buoyancy basis than titanium. And underwater, that's what you care about. It's not strength to weight, it's strength to buoyancy. And yet no one had done that. And there are certifying or semi-certifying agencies, the Pressure Vessels for Human Occupation Committee that handles hyperbaric chambers in submarines. You have the SubSafe program in the Navy. These programs are over the top in their rules and regulations, but they had nothing with carbon fiber. So we had to go out and work on that. And one of the things I learned is, when you're outside the box, it's really hard to tell how far outside the box you really are. And we were pretty far out there. So we have a carbon fiber hull, it's 5 inches thick, and titanium domes on the end.
When I started the business, one of the things you'll find, there are other sub-operators out there, but they typically have gentlemen who are ex-military submariners, and you'll see a whole bunch of 50-year-old white guys. I wanted our team to be younger, to be inspirational, and I'm not going to inspire a 16-year-old to go pursue marine technology. But a 25-year-old, who's a sub-pilot or a platform operator, one of our techs, can be inspirational. And so we've really tried to get very intelligent, motivated, younger individuals involved, because we're doing things that are completely new. We're taking approaches that are used largely in the aerospace industry, is related to safety and some of the preponderance of checklists, things we do for risk assessments and things like that are more aviation related than ocean related.
When I turn on the news, I open my laptop and I go on social media, it's everywhere. And every time I see that picture of that father and son, but for the grace of God, it could have been a picture of us. The very screen you're looking at right now could have been in every one of those news articles. So it's haunting. It started about a year ago. I was introduced to Stockton and the concept of going to visit the Titanic. It sounded very appealing. I mean, he told me that less than 200 people have been down to the dive site. More people have been in space than down to the Titanic, and it sounded like an amazing bucket list item. You know, I was concerned, and as my son was, that he was using basically consumer grade parts for a commercial purpose, and he was doing it in one of the most hostile environments on the planet. He sold our seats to that Pakistani businessman and his son,
Yep.
who's about the same age as my son.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And
Coincidence.
you know, the rest will go down in history.
Because we're talking about the pressure. We're like, there's no way this thing can get to the bottom of the ocean without imploding at least halfway down. And then when this story came out, that was our first theory. We're like, they imploded. He started doing research and he agreed, and then we ultimately ended up pulling out at the last minute. And then our two seats went to this other father and son, and that's kind of the craziest part of this whole story, like the similarities between us and them, and it's kind of jarring thinking about how that literally we're one move away from that being us. And then the kid was telling his dad the same thing. The kid was like, this is not a good idea, but he felt bad, you know, because his dad obviously really wanted to do it. He wanted to really do it too, but it wasn't to the point where he was going to completely ignore me and, you know, force me to go. And like, no, we both came to a logical conclusion that this is definitely not a safe operation, and Stockton is reaching a little too far on this one. And I think the kid tried to warn his dad too, and he was obviously nervous about going.
This father and son, and the Dawood father and son, Solomon and Shahzada Dawood, there are so many similarities between those two families, and the fact that they dodged a bullet the way they did, and you could hear the fear in their voice as they told the story. And I mean, obviously the son had the same concerns. They were both scared. The only difference is, of course, is that the Pakistani businessman and his son, they ended up taking their seats and going instead.
When we passed the 96 hours mark, that's when I lost hope. And that's when I even then sent a message to my family on shore. I said, I'm preparing for the worst. That's when I lost hope. But my daughter, for example, she didn't lose hope until the call with the Coast Guard, when they basically informed us that they found debris.
It seems as if Stockton Rush was more of a salesman trying to sell tickets on his deep diving sub. It's really unfortunate, and you can see it in a lot of these text messages, and they're going to do a lot of investigation, and they'll see it in the emails. He's hustling, he's trying to sell tickets on his sub, disregarding all safety measures, and 5 people paid the price, including Stockton, who ended up going down with his ship 5 football fields away from the Titanic that sailed into an ice field on a moonless night without listening to anybody who told them there were so many icebergs out there, don't do it. So he goes full speed and boom, he sinks. They're on the ocean floor in the North Atlantic. All of Stockton Rush's friends and cohorts told him, come on, man, you should get certified. Don't do this. This is unsafe. And he did not listen to him, and he did his own thing. And there he is. The Titan wreckage is 500 yards away from the Titanic wreckage.
Check it out. Got a lot of people working on the submarine. Got some divers out there. Maybe they're going to double check, make sure everything's secure. Only place in the world where you can go dive on the Titanic, here with OceanGate. I am so excited to be here. Super nervous.
And then you got this guy, Dalamid, who's just doing a simple vlog, and it looks like he's a good old boy from Georgia, and he's so excited to board Polar Prince. This is the exact expedition that lost the Titan sub on Mission 5. And luckily, Dalamid's dive to the Titanic was scrubbed, and I'll show you a little bit of it here. This is yet another example of another person who simply, in his own words, dodged a bullet with OceanGate.
OceanGate Expeditions brings a flag for every mission. Again, we were on mission 3, so here I am signing the flag. I'm not going to show you everyone signing the flag, of course. And then also, here's a shot of Stockton, the owner of Ocean Expeditions, signing the flag. And also, here's a shot of PH signing the flag. Both Stockton and PH passed away in the submersible just recently on mission 5, but these are 2 out of the 5 people who passed away. There's a total of 5 missions. We're mission number 3, but the first 2 missions, they weren't able to dive down on the Titanic due to weather conditions. And also the Titan, the submarine, I guess something happened when they were towing it back. A ghost net got wrapped around it, broke a lot of stuff. They're just double checking everything right now, making sure everything's safe.
So just the plan for today was to do an engineering dive, a test dive, to check out some of the systems. Everybody was loaded in the sub, domes closed, everybody's ready to go. And one of the computers, we've got 2 spheres, 2 computers that control a lot of the thrusters. And one of them was acting up a little bit. It was offline, they restarted it, came back online, but some of the functionality wasn't exactly as we'd hoped. That coupled with some wind, a little choppy seas, we decided to scrub the dive for today. We're getting everybody back on board.
So it just didn't seem quite right, to put it bluntly, and that's why I called it. But mostly because we've got to find out what this control problem is. That's sort of important, controlling the sub. It's up there with life support. And so we'll be working tonight on that, and if anybody'd like to help out.
Help out. Yeah, you heard that correctly. Help out on the sub. He's asking the tourists, what he calls mission specialists, but let's be honest, these are just tourists. They've had a very sparse training session. Here they are. They're on the sub. They're ready to do their expedition. And he's like, hey, if you want to help out, you know, our thrusters are down. You want to help us with the thrusters and fix up the wiring and blah, 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 blah. How much could a tourist really help out on the sub that's supposed to make the dive to the ocean floor? Are you freaking kidding me? But yes, you heard it right here. Can anybody help out? Wow.
And if anybody'd like to help out, we're gonna charge up the platform as well. So we'll do the low pressure air. We're gonna go swap the pods and see if we can follow the problem. So it gets data from the sub, and it was not consistently communicating. So it worked a lot, and then all of a sudden it stopped wanting to talk. That could be a wiring problem. It could also be a problem with one of the switches or components inside there, or wiring related to that. If anyone would like to be out on the platform, raise their hand and come on up, or talk to me afterwards. But maybe we can run some shifts out there.
You know, your guess is as best as mine. I'm not too sure exactly if this is the main reason why the tragic incident happened and everyone lost their lives. You know, it could have been anything. Long story short, every day they did have some problems, and we tried to fix every little thing to make sure everything was perfect for our opportunity to dive on the Titanic. It seems weird now, but at the time it just seemed like an everyday thing in my opinion. Weather cleared up, and Stockton asked me if I wanted to join him on the test dive. The test dive would consist of dropping down to about 3,000 feet deep. I told Mr. Stockton I would love to join him on this opportunity, and I went for it. So here we are. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm weighing myself with everything I'm bringing inside the submersible. I've got a couple PB&J sandwiches, a cookie, and my camera gear. And I also brought my small pillow, of course. So I was geared up, ready to go for a 3,000 foot test dive. I was pretty nervous, but really excited. I think the anxiety comes from when you go in the submarine, someone on the outside literally bolts you shut. It gets scary. Serious. How the submarine works, you get inside the front hatch and they close the dome and they literally bolt you shut. So there's no way of escaping. There's no quick hatch to open. If water comes in, you know.
All right, there you go.
Thank you.
Yep.
We're inside the submarine right now. Got the owner right back there, Stockton.
That's the
toilet.
Take that one.
A poo bag, a couple.
Hopefully we don't have to use that.
Have you ever had any water leaking in the front?
Yes, what happens now is they'll put a vacuum on.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright guys. We're sealed. We're in here. Alright, we're inside and sealed in the submarine. I'm excited. First time in a submarine. It looks really cool in here too. Stockton, I like what you did with the place. Looks cool.
You should have seen when I bought it.
Yeah. Keep in mind what you're looking at right now is the exact same submersible that imploded and killed 5 people. And also any footage you see of Stockton, of course, you know, he's passed away by now.
Tell them we're at 600 feet.
I guess we're about to go head first like this.
Here we go.
Oh, we're going right now? Watch out for the toilet. Oh, we're doing it. Oh my Jesus. You're good. We are all upside down right now, you guys. Look at that. We're underwater. So we're officially underwater in a submarine right now. 33 feet, I believe, right?
About
10
10
yep.
meters. Yeah.
33 feet.
Are you ready for unlock, or are we unlocked? Is he saying we are unlocked, or are we ready for unlock?
Yes, say, give him an okay. Give him an in the dome.
So what does that mean?
Looks like
He's going to go
locks.
pull the mechanical lock, and we're going to see how the pneumatic lock is doing. And there's a chance we'll pop off.
Still no pings from the top side.
Hey, Stockton, what are you using to control the submarine?
Debbie, you're locked in. Okay to lock in?
Okay.
To go to dinner.
Okay.
Can he see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That means they're probably going to bring us up.
This is a pretty...
This is the vertical. He's getting aggressive on us.
You guys are bubbles. Bet we come out. Yeah, look at that.
That was a good blow. Not bad, huh?
Which way are we rolling? Okay, go left. Go
Left.
I think. Right, no, we need central. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Woohoo!
Here should come the roll. I think we want to go.
It's cool when we break the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. I think we go left. Lean a little left. Keep going left. Balancing. Oh, nice job, Kyle.
Yeah.
Look at the Kyle.
Nice one, man.
I don't know exactly the game plan for this particular dive. We never left a platform. If the fog didn't roll in and cancel the dive, who knows? Maybe we would have left that platform and maybe we would have imploded. But I can tell you right now, I feel like I dodged a bullet, but I also feel very bad for the families who lost loved ones. Like I said before, I didn't know these people too well, but they treated me very nicely and I lost a few friends as well. If you're chasing big dreams and pushing your limits, obviously dangerous things can happen and, can be fatal. In this case scenario, 5 people lost their life in this exact same submersible that I was going to go down in the Titanic in. I think this is a big reminder, not only to myself, but everyone, that life is very precious and it can go away very quickly. Like I said, if the weather permitted and it was beautiful out and Stockton asked me if I wanted a spot in that submarine, I would have said yes, and it could have been me. So I'm very thankful that I'm here today. But at the end of the day, I just want to say I had an unbelievable experience for Mission 3. I met some incredible people. I'm taking home memories that I would hold dear to my heart for the rest of my life. These people were very nice to me and I'm very grateful. I wish I could go back in time and just, tell them not to do it, but this is real life.
And that was just a young man's journey, a YouTuber like myself, going on the OceanGate expedition. As you see in his own words, he dodged a bullet. He didn't go down. Through the grace of God, he was able to walk away with his life, or should I say sail away with his life. I just wanted to kind of show you some of the risky practices that Stockton Rush and his crew had put into practice in and around the dives regarding the Titan submersible. I'm going to update you further on this tragedy going forward. I just thought I'd go a little long on this because of the fantastic footage that's emerged within the past couple of days and all the interesting updates. So thanks for watching. Do you have any thoughts? What do you think of that amazing vlog? Isn't that just something? I think it's almost got 9 million views at this point, and rightfully so. It should, because it is some amazing footage right before the terrible dive and imploded on Mission 5. And Dalamid was Mission 3. It could have been him. So what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I'll put the full vlog for Dalamid's journey down below. If you like what you see on my channel, please subscribe. I love making videos for everybody, and the more subscribers I have, the more views I have, the more I'm going to be motivated. So thanks for watching. I hope you like these videos, and stay tuned right here on DaveyJay Today. Well, that's all I have from the DaveyJay Today studio. I've said my piece. Now it's time to hear yours. Thank you for watching.